Hi, I'm Chris Baker and welcome back to my series on the Thunder Laser Nova 63. In this video I'm going to show you what I did with the crate that the laser shipped in. When this laser arrives, it comes on a big freight truck and it's packed really tight inside a wood crate, and you actually have to, some of the parts to it are under the laser. They really optimize the shipping on this so that it fits in as compact as a huge laser can be, so that they can fit everything in. The crate itself is not super high quality wood, but I have a woodworking background and it really bothered me to just toss the wood out. So I thought I'd reuse it for something, and I figured I would make some shaker style cabinet doors for my ugly cabinets behind me. So when I opened up the laser, it was like, you know, Indiana Jones with the hammer and the pry bar, and I was really careful though not to damage the wood because I knew when it arrived that I wanted to reuse it. This is what it looks like. It had some 5/8 inch thicker wood around the perimeter of the box and in the middle, and it's got like 1,000 nails in it. It's just meant to protect the machine. And then this is the thinner wood, and like I said, it's about 5.5 millimeters. And my other lasers that I got, I just tossed it, but there was so much wood on here that I decided to save this one. I got these ugly yard sale cabinets behind me that have been up for, well, at least a couple years, and I've never had any cabinet doors for them. So I could have brought in the pieces of the crate and just slid it in using the pass-through. This piece here comes off with a key, and you could shut the lid and slide in your piece and still cut it. But I wanted to use these thicker pieces as well, because that's what a shaker style cabinet is it's thicker around the border, and it's just a square, so it's very simple to make. So instead I used my skill saw and I carefully cut the thin pieces out, and I ended up with several board feet of the 1/4 inch stuff and a bunch of lengths of this thicker plywood as well. And you just got to make sure you don't hit the nails with your skill saw, or it makes an ugly sound and you might get hurt. So it was pretty easy. Once you have everything cut out, what I did was I measured my cabinets, my openings on the cabinets, and I took the thinner pieces and cut them on the laser. I used a slower setting to cut these because I don't know the plywood, so I didn't want it to have places where it held up because of the glue inconsistencies and things like that. So I cut it about 14 millimeters a second at 90% power. Some of you might say, oh, you can't go to 90% power with the Chinese laser. Thunder Laser configures their machines so that when you're at 100% power, it's dialed back. So it's not like most machines where they don't do any QA on it. You just get the machine and you're supposed to never go over 85% power because you'll overdrive the laser tube. That's not to say that you can't conserve and make your tube last longer, but when you're at 100% on these machines, it's configured so that it's just fine. Anyway, 90%, and I used these tie down pins to hold the sheets down because they did have a little warp in them, and it worked really well. These you can find in the files section of the Global Thunder Laser user group, and I designed them based off of a couple of different designs that were in there, and they click into the honeycomb bed, and they're free. You can get on there and cut them. I used a 1/4 inch Delrin to cut them out, but as you can see, it made quick work of it. It was no big deal. After cutting the thin pieces, I cut the 5/8 pieces to length, and using a brad nailer I flipped it over and put brad nails in the back and nailed the thinner part to the thicker part. Just you know, Harbor Freight brad nailers, like $30. It's no big deal. And what I ended up with is what you see in the back. And this is kind of cool because I kept the warnings on it that keep dry, this side up, no rolling. I thought that was kind of cool, rustic looking. So I left it on there. In the next video you'll see all the cabinets will be up, assembled, hopefully. And I'm also going to use some of it for an air conditioner window insert. As you can see, my ghetto-tastic duct tape job there, it's ugly too. You don't have to use, if you already threw away your crate, you can obviously go to the hardware store and get you some 1/4 inch plywood or a little thicker, and you know, make it out of that. And it looks nicer as well. If you wanted to paint it or something, you could. And yeah, use your imagination. You don't have to just do a shaker style cabinet either. You can use the laser and cut out some pieces, and you know, put the squares in the 4 corners. You can even get you some small pieces and make you some windows in it, put plexiglass behind it, and make some really cool cabinet doors out of whatever you got, really. But this was a fun project, and it didn't take very long, and I'm happy to share it with you. If you would like to learn more about these machines, Brian Keith Bell in Global Thunder Laser Users Group, he does a webinar every Thursday, I think, at 3 o'clock, and it's just a wealth of knowledge. And the people that join him in that chat group as well, the video chat, most of them have been, well, some of them have been lasering for a long time as well, using lasers, and they have a lot of information. And you know, whether you're a beginner or looking to buy, or you've been using a laser for a while and pretty experienced, they still have a lot of knowledge in that group, and it can answer most questions. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.